I'm really interested to hear our next speaker, who is Ahmed Elafifi, founder and chief relaxation officer of Tranquini. So Ahmed created Tranquini in 2014 as a means of helping the world to de-stress. He has 25 years of experience in the beverage industry and leads a team of beverage experts. We've seen the continued rise of energy drinks pretty much everywhere around the world. And I'm fascinated to see if relaxation drinks will follow a similar trend. So please give a very warm welcome to Ahmed Elafifi.
Good morning. Just to start, I think I worked for more than 20 years in the beverage industry. I worked in the Coca-Cola company, some of the biggest Coca-Cola bottling companies in the world, Coca-Cola Hellenic. I was a board member of Red Bull for 7 years, was responsible for finishing the global rollout of the brand. Launched Red Bull in 42 countries around the world. It cannot get to be more in the center of beverages than this. After more than 20 years, it really hit me so hard. I was in the middle of all these, restructurings and all these very stressful activities that we have to do as good managers. And just one day, I raised up my head and I thought, I'm really not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this at all. It is so stressful. I'm not even wanting to wake up in the morning to go to work, to cut positions and make restructurings and keep on doing what the beverage industry has been doing for so long. We're so much into it that we stopped seeing the bigger picture. We're talking about beverage innovations and how this is done in some of the very big companies I worked in. You map the market, you make research, you look at data, you look at more data, then you look at more data. You keep slicing and slicing and slicing, and you keep trying to find this minute insight that gets you to create a concept. But we lost the big picture. We lost completely the big picture. We're too much into the details. You know what? I can talk to you about a very, very stressed world. And I can tell you a million numbers. By the way, you can Google it yourself. Just write stress sources or stress or anti-relaxation. And you will find so many numbers by country, by community, by type of consumer, whatever you want. Yeah? And I can stand here and present to you numbers forever, telling you that the world is extremely stressed. Is it a fad? No. It will get worse. Yeah? It will get much worse. I was just reading, Samsung decided to launch its S9 earlier 3 months because they want to compete more with the iPhone 10 from Apple. Technology is not making it easier. We're all the time connected. We are all the time stressed. Macro stress. There's financial crisis. There's terrorism. There is Trump. There is all sources of macro stress. There's also a lot of micro sources of stress. Family stress, work stress, money stress. It's surrounding us. And it's going to get to be a lot more. Now, when we think about this, yes, of course, we need energy. And yes, we are conditioned. If I need to be refreshed, I will drink a Coca-Cola. If I need to be hydrated, I will drink water. If I need nutrition, I will drink juice. And of course, if I need energy, I will drink energy drinks. That's all clear. But what? I will get energy to what limit? To what end? Yeah? The energy need is huge, and it will continue to be huge, because of course we all need energy. And of course, this market is growing and will continue to grow. But what else? If you think about 15 years ago, did you hear uh, 20 years ago? Did you hear the word bio? Did you hear the word organic? Were there so many yoga studios around? Were there so many spas? By the way, today, if you go to a hotel and you don't find a spa, it's a bad hotel, right? It's not good. Now, what do people do? Keep on getting more and more energy. We need something else. We need to find our way of unwinding and relaxing. Good. So what are people doing to do that? They're taking drugs, drinking a lot of alcohol, taking a lot of pills, and also doing a lot of activities. Jogging, going to yoga, spas, going to the gym, fishing, sailing, doing so many activities to relax. Now, is there today an alternative, which is if I'm about to have a very difficult negotiation with a customer and I'm really stressed, or I'm going to have a presentation in front of 300 people, and a lot of people have this, their heart starts pounding, the breathing starts to be a bit uncomfortable, there's this knot in the stomach. This is stress, right? And what to do? Drink some alcohol before the presentation, or take some drugs, or take some pills, or just say, okay, I will go to do my yoga and then come make my presentation or my tough negotiation. There is not a lot of alternatives of a simple, innocent, convenient way to relax. And of course, this need of active, positive, relaxed state of mind, state of functioning, is very critical. And this, being in this state, is actually a personal decision. It's absolutely a personal decision. So, a couple coming back home, both are tired from work, kids, problems. One of them says a negative word, the other one answers, and it's fight night. We all experienced that. Yeah? Now, if one of them decides, you know what, I don't answer in a negative way. I give a kiss, or I say something nice, or I say I love you, or, and then it's good night. It's a decision. We figure out ways how we deal with our stress. We figure out our way, how we're comfortable to get to unwinding and to relax. And we need sometimes some small help to be able to get to this state. People, consumers, if we talk about beverage innovations, and we're listening as an industry to looking at the big global trends and what consumers are going through and what they are telling us, they are telling us they want to live a healthy lifestyle. Very, very loud. They are, and you were saying earlier about the levels of sugar intakes, calorie, of this type of healthy ingredients. And this is something that is a deal breaker for millennials today. You can come to them with a great concept, but then if the product is full of sugar or there's something unhealthy or artificial, this is a deal breaker. They will not drink. Next point. Let us not keep discussing about this because it will not happen. And whatever we convince them about a great concept, they will not do it. 60% of people who have energy need don't drink energy drinks because they don't like it's artificial, because they don't like the taste, because they don't like the sugar, the calories intake. And what did the beverage industry do? Do we have a natural and healthy energy drink that has low level of sugar, that really works, that is properly communicated in a nice, attractive lifestyle brand way? No. We're talking about a lot of issues that are facing the beverage industry, but we're talking too much. And we need to actually listen to the consumer, and we need to understand what exactly they want and start reacting to this in creating beverage innovations that are really relevant. Not relevant because it's the minute number 1 million in a research, but it's because it's a global trend. People are telling us they need balance in their life. They need less anxiety and frustration. Yes, they need to live in a more vital way. They want to have increased concentration. They want to have better problem-solving abilities. They want to be more efficient. They want to have ways to better unwind after full of energy and full of stress day. And we need to bring them this solution, and this is what we've done with a brand like and a product like Tranquini. It took me more than 2 years to create a product that actually works, that can be regulatory approved, because of course, we can only say something about relaxation if there are indeed real ingredients in there that support this claim. Otherwise, we cannot have this on the packages and on our advertising. And it had to be all natural and healthy and low in sugar and great tasting. Yeah. And this is not very easy. Yeah. And of course, I'm not even talking about building the business and building the brand and reaching out to consumers. I'm only talking about creating the proposition. Yeah. So for sure, what we're looking at is what consumers are choosing to actively relax, and how we bring in a beverage innovation that actually supports them with their activities, yoga, mindfulness. Less is more, healthy eating, a lot of new activities, even adult coloring books, people making these coloring to find their way to relax. And at the end, the whole proposition boils down to, if you're relaxed, you have the capacity to be positive. And if you're positive, good things starts happening to you and to everyone around you. Thank you very much.
So you just mentioned that you launched Tranquini already in several markets. Do you have any numbers or what you would like to share with us? How successful it is? So what did you achieve already?
We actually took quite a different approach for a very young company. We decided to, so obviously we all know that first mover advantage is very important in beverages. So we actually decided to make the launch in a bit different way than a lot of other companies did it. A lot of companies had a very own market where they started, and they actually, like Red Bull was in Austria for almost 10 years before it started the global rollout. We decided to start from the end. So we are already, after a bit more than 2 years, in 40 countries, on the shelves in 40 countries. And the feedback is extremely positive. I mean, there are some of the people who are beverage buyers in the retail industry who I know from my previous experience is very aggressive. They are always shouting. They are always asking for the extra discount. They always ask for more this and that. They don't allow promotions. They don't allow putting a display. And I went to this guy who is a European beverage buyer, and I started talking to him, and I said, "Do you have in your retail chain drugs?" And he was like, "What? Of course not. Are you selling medicine? No. Do you offer massage? No. Do you have a corner where you offer yoga sessions? No. Why are you missing out on one of the biggest markets and consumer needs in the world today, relaxation? You're not competing." And I can tell you, for the first time in 10 years, maybe I know this guy, first meeting, He just completely shut up and listened for half an hour to my proposition, because it's something that can build for the key customers a new revenue a new stream of revenue and profitability. With the consumers, we're getting an unbelievable positive feedback, because at the end, people are saying, you know what? Maybe I don't have full belief that it's like energy drink where I drink a can and in 20 to 30 minutes, I will have this boost of energy and I can party 3 hours longer or work 3 hours longer. I still don't understand how it works, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Even if I'm drinking a can of such product, and it just works, like it reminds me that I can choose to be relaxed, I can choose to be positive, this works well. And this is such an overwhelming positive feedback, because people are not only wanting to get the benefit, but actually they really crave it and they aspire to it. And this is something, as soon as we start explaining this to people, we immediately see a very positive reaction. And then at the end, what to object? Someone will come to us and say, no, I don't want to live an active lifestyle. I really don't like to be relaxed. I don't like to be positive. I love to be negative. It's a proposition you cannot say no to. Please.
Can I ask, what are the ingredients of the products, and what is the kind of evidence to support the claims?
Yes. We have a combination of 4 active ingredients. It's tea and herbal extracts. So relaxing ingredient from green tea, L-theanine, chamomile, melissa, lavender. And these are obviously the ingredients themselves. They're all well known. We know that from our parents and grandparents that they have relaxation ability or effect. And it's the mix of ingredients, and it's also obviously the level of ingredients, because we're not able to claim relaxation without having enough of these ingredients.
Yes, hello, Master. My name is Stefan Sieber from Tayo, but you answered my question right now, because I was supposed to ask you, because we produce one of the alcohol alternatives, which is the L-theanine, and it's also used already by Coca-Cola in the sleep water, which was presented earlier in Japan. They are all overworking and they die of karoshi, which is an overworking syndrome. They drink tons of alcohol just to relax in the evening. And I was just asking you, is there theanine in your beverage? And the answer is yes, and I'm very happy. And I wish you good success. And I'm also a big fan of theanine. And we have people in France, they take theanine instead of Ritalin to come down. They say, I can just use 600 milligram and I relax. And we are now getting it to kids against ADHD. So I think that L-theanine has a great, great future. And it's in green tea. And we also drink more of such things. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But you're making a very important point also. It's very important to create a beverage innovation with no limits of consumption. Okay, you cannot drink, 5 liters of a cola, or because of a lot of reasons, you cannot drink 1 or 2 liters of energy drinks, again, because of their specific reasons. But when you have a product which is made of a mix of tea and herbal extracts, all natural, all colors and flavors are literally from vegetable and fruit juices. It's actually a pasteurized product, so there's no added chemistry into it. My kids are 3 and 5 and they can drink. There's no problem with this, and you can drink a lot more. Of course, it brings you back to your relaxation state. There's nothing more like over-relaxation, because there's nothing there that makes you sleep. And then the rest leaves the body. So this is also a very important dimension in creating a big potential for a beverage proposition. So it's a very important point.
Hi, you mentioned the ingredients which goes into your product. I was just wondering, how much thought did you have on the overall taste experience? Does it come from the ingredients that you put in, or did you do any specific product development on that? The overall taste experience of your product, yeah.
We made a very important, deliberate decision. We decided not to create the taste of relaxation. So this was very, very important part. Actually, we took so much longer time to come to this conclusion than to create it. I believe that in the world today, consumers are not looking for someone to tell them what to do and which taste they should drink to get a benefit. I believe this is our job. So we actually bring this benefit through Tranquini in 3 different beverage segments. So in functional beverages in the can, in value-added still drinks in bottles, and in value-added flavored waters also in bottles. So it's 3 different beverage segments. It's 15 different tastes. Obviously, we don't have relaxation coffee or relaxation energy because they are completely contradictory, but we're always choosing flavors that have some connection to relaxation. But it's up to the consumer to decide if you want carbonated or still, if you want in a can or a bottle, if you want this fruit or that fruit or this tea taste. It's up to the consumer to decide if they need relaxation, which taste they can enjoy. And we decided to come to the market with a wider range to satisfy these different needs versus trying to enforce like a taste of energy. This very peculiar energy drinks taste that started and now is very established. We went the other way. Please.
Hi, it's a really interesting product. Sorry. I just wanted to ask you, when you launched it first, did you target specific channels? Or did you find when you launched it that it worked particularly well in certain environments at the beginning?
We are actually going in 2 directions. One is obviously we're going in retail and convenience stores simply because of the wide availability and consumers can buy from there and use it in multiple occasions, especially at home. I mean, home stress is a big consumption occasion in the evening, and this is something that for us is important. And the other leg is away from home, where we go to yoga and active sports. This is where people already figured out a way to relax, and having a drink like Tranquini together with that enhances this relaxation experience. And then we're also very active in offices and at work, because this represents a daily stress consumption occasion for us. So you can have stress at work every day and even multiple times per day. So these are very important channels. We're also in a discovery journey. I mean, we're finding some big interest in hotels and resorts because people are also going there to relax, and this enhancing of the relaxation experience is very important. We're finding a lot of other areas, like also with students and in schools. There's a lot of stress about studying and about education. So yeah, we started with these couple of channels, but as we are continuing the development of the business, we're finding more and more places where there are real consumption occasions that need relaxation. Yeah, we need to send the container. Yes. Excellent. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you guys. Thank you.